Malagasingam calling from Chennai.
Om Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So good morning to all of you. Good evening to those of you outside the country, outside India. So I invoke the blessings of Swami Dayananda Saraswati Ji, Dakshinamurti, and all our acharyas who have given us a lot, and without whose blessings we will not be here today. They have committed their entire lives. Talk about Vedavyasa, talk about Vashishta, Vishwamitra, Gargi, Yajnavalkya. So the list is endless. And because of their tyaga and because of their commitment to knowledge and because of their blessings, we are all here today. And everything we have learned, especially when it comes to the Shastram, is because of their blessings. And so I invoke their blessings today on this first day of our Bhagavad Gita class or course. So today what we'll do is I'll give a short introduction, some background for some time, for a few minutes. And then we will go around the room, introduce ourselves. I'll introduce myself. I know some of you and many of you I don't. So we'll introduce each other. And then we'll open up the class for questions, concerns, etc. Logistics, we'll talk about all of that. So first question is, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
So primarily, audio is primary. So video, if the video is choppy, etc., that is fine. We can handle that. But we make sure the audio is good. So another thing I request of all of you is that you keep your video on, because I'm looking at all of you and I look at this as a physical class. I mean, I look at this as though all of you have come, all of us have come to an ashram or a classroom, a physical room where we're all sitting here. So why not invoke that presence here, even though we are miles away? And why not have the benefit of that closeness during this interaction? So unless I see you, the words won't come out of my mouth. Now I'm used to children, I've taught adults, and I myself have attended classes, many classes. And so unless the teacher, we have eye contact with the teacher, and the teacher has eye contact with us, it doesn't flow that well. So I think you will appreciate that. So thank you all for signing up for the Bhagavad Gita course. Some of you have some background in the Shastra. You have studied the Upanishads, or have leafed through some of the books, or have attended some classes or camps, etc. Many of you said it has been sporadic. Some of you said you have no background. So in this course, I will assume that you know nothing about the Shastra, other than something that you've heard. Just being part of this culture, we do pick up a lot of things. The phrase Bhagavad Gita itself, we may have not even chanted one sentence, one verse of the text, but definitely we've heard of Bhagavad Gita. How can we miss it? And thanks to all these serials, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and all that, we have come to know these things. Our parents, our grandparents, so they we've been with them, so we have imbibed a lot. Then comes a time when we actually ask the question, wait a minute, what is this? What is all this about? And now it seems like many of us have gone through our lives. We have done our studies, we've gone to work professionally, we've gained we took care of a family, and some of us have retired. And so then what? The question comes. And even if we did not retire, still the question can arise. So in general, when we look at our own lives and everything we have done since we took initiative. So as a child, we did what our parents told us to do, and we went to a school that our parents took us. We studied whatever they asked me to study. I didn't have a choice. I didn't even know that I have a choice to study. Then comes college, and then okay, some choice was there. What do you want to do? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a psychologist? Do you want to be a architect, etc.? People ask. Then suddenly I'm put in a spot, and I said, wow, I have to choose my career now. And how do I choose my career? How do I know what I want? Sometimes the choice is very clear, very rarely. And oftentimes this choice is not at all obvious. But somehow a choice is made. We sign up, we get a degree from college, and then we start a profession. Some of us study further, and this is how our life has proceeded. So if you carefully look at this, I took up a job. Knowing full well that I want to get a salary from this job. Knowing full well there is this, the job I'm applying for is going to be something like this, based on my background, my qualifications. Sometimes it can be different, but if it is different, I can learn. So I pursued that job. I have children, and I'm putting them in school. There I am very clear. The parents are very clear that the children have to study. And the minute the child is 3 or 4, whatever, it starts going to school. And these days I hear stories that by the time they're born, they're registering themselves to all these schools, because the waiting list is huge. and then they also demand some so some over the table, some under the table. All this I hear. So, but the parents are very clear that this my child, my girl, my boy must be educated. So that pursuit is done knowing full well what you're going to get out of it. Then there is music. So there is some time and I must learn music. So let's say classical music, Hindustani or Carnatic, if we are in this culture. And there also clarity is there. And then I want a house. And then I decide where to live. And then I decide what kind of house I want. Then I decide whether I should build the house or buy the house, or I should rent the house. All these things are done with a particular clarity in mind. And where clarity is not there, I try to gain as much knowledge as possible. I talk to friends, I talk to other people, and thereby my decisions are made with some knowledge behind it. So every pursuit has a purpose behind it. This is the point I'm trying to make. Has a purpose behind it. Rarely we say, sometimes we acknowledge, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing means what? So sometimes things don't work out and people ask, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then it dawns on us that, I think I'm just going round and round. I'm not going anywhere. So we acknowledge, I don't know what I'm doing. That is fine. But in general, the Shastram says, Mandopi na pravartate. Mandaha api na pravartate. Without any purpose in mind, even a mandaha. Mandaha means even somebody, you walk on the street and there is somebody in the street who is talking to himself, and it appears as though he is talking to everybody else also. He keeps on talking and saying something and he's smiling and he's laughing. And that fellow, then you say, oh my God, he's mentally off. The Shastram says, things we have to worry about in a video class like this. And so please mute yourself. And Ramanatha Vishwanathanji, please mute yourself. Santosh Gupta, Varsha Ramesh, there is some noises coming from your side. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that person who is on the street, who you think is deranged, is gone. And like that you say, the Shastram says even that person, whatever words he or she utters, there is a purpose behind it. Mando opina pravartate prayojanam anuddishya. Without expecting a result, even such a person cannot even utter a word, cannot do anything. Even if you think that person is roaming around aimlessly and talking things aimlessly, that person has an aim in mind. So our pursuits are all like that. And I want something out of my pursuits. So our Shastram starts the discussion with these pursuits. What are the human pursuits? And so we use the word Purushartha for it. Purushartha. For those of you who are new to these terms, as I said, I will not be assuming any knowledge. So I will explain words as and when they come, and I try to remind myself that I should explain something, because there may be at least a couple of you who may not know this. So like that, I assume. So Purushartha is a technical word. Artha here means what is sought after. What is sought after is Artha. And Purushartha, Purusha here means a human being. Human being. Purush can also mean man, male, but here it means human being. What is commonly sought after by every human being in this world is called a Purushartha. So it is very clear. I want security. One thing I want is security. Every human being wants security. So the fact that we want a home, the fact that we want food, so they say food, shelter, clothing. Okay, so all that is security. Minimum needed for a human being to live a life, and that is called Artha. The word we use there is Artha. So that Artha, this Artha that I just mentioned is different from the Artha of Purushartha. Okay, Purushartha is what is sought after in general. Here, the three Purusharthas, the four Purusharthas the Shastram talks about, they are called Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And that Artha I just referred to, the Artha of the four Purusharthas. And that Artha is called security. Suppose I seek all of them, and so in general the word Artha is used for what I seek. But among that, this Artha is number one, which I seek, and I seek security. So I am insecure, and automatically I seek security. And security through various forms I seek. So wealth, I want money, I want something which gives me some elbow room to lead a life and protect my family. And larger family means more Artha needed. And that is a minimum requirement. And then there is Kama. Once Artha is there, I go to office, I come back home, and then night time, all dinner is over. Children are doing their homework and they've gone to sleep. Now I am ready to turn on the television. Turn on the television. Turning on this television does not give me security. Please understand this. It doesn't come under the category of Artha. You know why? Because even if I don't turn on the TV, I am fine. Unless, of course, I am looking to find out tomorrow what is the weather. And then, will my children, it's raining all day. Tomorrow, how is it going to be? And, our school's going to be closed. That is security again, Artha. But in a general day, when you turn on the TV, let's see what is there on the TV. If you say, that is not Artha, that is Kama. That is Kama. Comes under the category of Kama. So Kama means pleasure. Pleasure. So now I want some entertainment. I want somebody or something to please myself. I want to become more pleased than what I am. I'm tired. I'm bored. So I want something. I want somebody to remove the boredom from me. Somebody to remove the boredom. She can't remove the boredom. He can't remove my boredom. So what can I do? Oh, there is a TV. The TV will not talk back. The TV will listen to me. So the TV is the best. Or the dog also. Dog is also good. Because the dog will not. The dog doesn't know how to talk back. Dog cannot say, you are an idiot. You're always like this. Dog cannot say all this. That's why we love dogs. So, this is karma. Karma is needed when security is given. Once security is given, then I am ready to pursue some pleasures. Simple pleasures. Simple pleasures. I step out in the night, I look at the stars. Great day today. How nice the sky is today, clear sky, and I can see a lot of stars, and I feel happy. Or I take my daughter along with me and I take her out and tell her, look, what do you see? She said, Daddy, I see stars. I see nothing. You don't see anything? Look closely. So, like this dialogue happens, father and daughter are happy. So, it comes under the category of karma. Some pleasure. So, all these trips we take, we book in advance the vacation, and we go to various places, Rameshwaram, Vaishno Devi, and these days we get pictures in WhatsApp of this Bali. Visit Bali. I went to Bali, they say. Bali? Kya Bali hai? Bali hai? Bali hai? What is this? I never have heard of this place. No. Indonesia, you should go. Bali, very nice, beautiful place. And they send all these pictures and they say, wow, so nice it is. And did you fly? No, you shouldn't fly and all. That's all old-fashioned. You should take a cruise to Bali. So, new experiences. Flight has become old. Now something new. Let's take a cruise. Pondicherry to Bali. I made it up. I don't know if such a cruise exists. I'm just making it up. Okay. You can fill up the blanks. So, all these are karma. Comes under the category of karma. Going to Bali in a ship is not going to be an inexpensive proposition. You've got to pay a lot of money. All the hard-earned money that you said, I am insecure and I want more money, you said, and now you're giving up the same money. Correct? So that's how the karma is. So security is there. Now I'm willing to let go of that security somewhat so I can gain some pleasure. So this is how Artha and Kama work in tandem. Now, having done this, there is something called Dharma. Shastram says Dharma is also Purushartha. Because the guy is working. He is working in the government service. And Indian government service means, don't think it is some kind of a lowly job. And it's an important job because for life, the job will be there. And second thing, I hear that you can make money under the table. This under the table income is a lot more than over the table income. And so these government jobs, I don't say all government jobs, but many, some. And the person is in a spot, is in the situation and is working. But here is the person that says, he looks at these things, he says, my goodness, I see illegal mining happening. I'm going to stop it. How come this guy is mining sand without any permit? And this guy takes off and then he arrests all the people who are mining illegally. Now what? His job is to watch over this activities going on in the state, in the city. His predecessor also had the same responsibility, and that person's predecessor also had the same responsibility. But then nobody did anything about it. This person says, I am going to stand up. and I'm not going to take this lakhs of rupees that this guy came and gave me. I say to hell with you, or sorry, excuse me. I say no, and I put that person to task and I arrest these fellows. This person does that. Now tell me, what is the difference? One person is doing the duty, and in addition, this person doing the duty and then not doing certain things that are taken for granted. So not cutting corners when it comes to speaking the truth, when it comes to doing the right thing. In English, you can use the word righteousness. And so one person follows Dharma, another person says, ye Dharma, Varma, sab chhod do. Kurma is enough for me, I don't need any Dharma. That's what he says. Okay? So now, for the human being, this Dharma is another thing that comes into play. Very important. Shastram says it is another Purushartha. Because it finds there are people who don't follow Dharma, it is possible for a human being to not follow Dharma. Dharma is a Purushartha, and because many people are committed to Dharma, Dharma is a Purushartha. Now, you look at, and so this Dharma comes into play throughout our day, throughout our life. Dharma has many meanings. And the meaning we are invoking here is duty, right, wrong. So I have a baby in my hands. Suddenly, because I became a parent now, suddenly I became a parent at a particular time, on a particular day. And now this baby is helpless. And now I am put in a spot where I have to take care of this baby. It is my duty to take care of this baby. It is my Dharma. I can't simply leave the baby on the table and say, let the baby take care of itself. I am busy. Because, I am a big doctor. And I have a lot of things I have to do. I'm running a business also. I'm running a hospital. I don't have time for this baby. So, bit tricky there. Bit tricky. Now the baby needs me. Look at the irony here. The tortoise, the turtle also has babies. The turtle lays its eggs. It comes into the beach, and it digs a big hole, and then it digs a big hole, and then it sits in the hole, the turtle, and then it lays eggs. And it lays not one egg or two eggs, it lays hundreds of eggs, maybe even thousands, I don't know. I've heard it's many, many eggs. And then after it's done laying eggs, it comes out and it covers this hole with this moist beach sand, covers it up, and then it goes back to the ocean. It goes back to the ocean, never to see its babies again. And then after a few days, when the eggs mature, you see the eggs breaking open. Thanks to all these Animal Planet and National Geographic, we are able to appreciate these, animal life a lot more. And these baby turtles come out, and they come out of the egg, and then slowly they come out of the sand. They are coming out of the sand, and they look around. This baby turtle, hardly a few minutes old, it seems to know next what it should do. It knows where the water is, and it dashes to the ocean. It seems to know where it is. Nobody said, come on guys, You are just born. You need to protect yourself because there are all these seagulls and other birds of prey, and you can see those birds of prey picking up these babies. Tuck, tuck, tuck. There is a feast going on there, major feast, because it's the turtle season. They call it something, I forget what it is. And this baby turtle seems to know what to do, and it dashes to the ocean. It's running to the ocean. If a turtle can run, a turtle cannot run, really speaking. But if it can run, this is the only time the turtle runs. It dashes to the ocean, and then it meets water, and then it starts swimming. No swimming classes are conducted for this turtle. Nobody signs up these babies for this swimming class. No such thing happens. Amazing. Look at the turtle on the one hand. It begins its life independently. Independent life. It doesn't see its mother. It doesn't know what is its gotram. It doesn't know what religion it is. It doesn't know what ocean it is. It doesn't know which part of the world it is. It is not going to get educated anymore. It just leads a life. And I am told that a turtle can live 50 years, 70 years, 100 years, even 125 or more years. 125 years a turtle lives means what a life that is. And on the other hand, this human baby is just born and it's crying. And what a way to start the life. Crying and weeping and loudly crying. And the mother has to come, the father has to come, and others are there holding the baby. And then slowly the baby is calming down. And how much protection this baby needs? How much? Turtle is gone. It started to lead a life. But this baby, so much dharma is needed now. It's now completely in the hands of the parents, the trusting hands of the parents. And my goodness, year after year after year, how many things our parents have done, and parents keep doing for children. And even high school and then college and so on and so forth. So many years are needed for the child to become somewhat mature and then to become independent. Once they start working, you can say they are independent. And even then, some fever happens, he will call, Mom, Ma, Jaram, what should I do? Jaram, what should I do means what? Where are you? You're working in a big company. You don't know what to do if you have fever or what? So Amma is always needed. So this is the human life, human predicament. And the fellow is always unsure. Always unsure. Anything can happen at any time. Constantly needs help. So by comparing myself to a tortoise, I am able to see few things. I start out my life helplessly, but then I pick up, of course, and I become independent, and I know how to take care of myself. And so then this dharma becomes important for the human being. Artha, security, even the turtle needs security. It hides. When it sees a shark, it will jump and go down this way. And it will, when it sees some other prey, it will shrink itself and make itself into a hard mass that nobody can penetrate. That is how the turtle is able to live for 100 years. So it also needs security. The turtle also loves its life. It wants to live long. It doesn't want any disease. It also knows how to scratch. Maybe not the back. Maybe the turtle's back does not require to be scratched. How do we guess it? Because its legs are not that big, So it's so small. So we can guess that maybe, it can't go and scratch. Because I'm not a marine biologist. They say marine biology. One of my students is a marine biologist in Sanskrit class. So it doesn't have to do certain things, but it does need food. It keeps looking for food. It needs to fill up its stomach periodically. So all that is there. Artha is there. Kama is also there for the turtle and animals. The cow is grazing and it knows what to eat apparently. And then after some time it comes back to the tree and then it sits under the shade. Because it needs the shade, it also thinks, oh, this sunshine is too much for me. I'm done with this sun for now. So it relaxes under the tree. So Kama is there. Kama means don't think some big Kama and all. Kama is a general word which refers to a seeking of pleasure, seeking of more comfortable situations. And it can be extended, of course. Because Kama means through our senses, we experience certain things. We experience heat, cold, etc. And if it's too cold, we wear a sweater. If it is too hot, we turn on the fan, etc. All this come under the category of Kama. So Dharma, when you say, Dharma applies only to a human being. The turtle does not suffer the problem of the conflict of right and wrong. Should I do this or should I not do this? Did I do the right thing or did I not do the right thing? This conflict is not there for an animal. So, we will continue the discussion. Artha and Kama. Artha and Kama come to us without being taught. Nobody says you must live comfortably. I automatically seek comfort. I automatically seek happiness. Nobody says you must be more secure. I seem to automatically seek security without much training and things like that. Well, how to engage into a profession, etc., I need a lot of training. But that I must earn a living, that I must live comfortably, nobody needs to tell me. So this Artha and Kama seem to be natural. But then this Dharma, when it comes constantly from my childhood, I'm being told, ye mat karo, o mat karo, idu pannada, adu poi, nee poi pesada, don't tell lies. Like this I've been told. This is right, that is wrong. Get up early, you should not get up late. So like this I keep hearing. And the child doesn't like much of this. The child doesn't like to do homework. The mother says, did you do your homework? Ma, says child. And did you eat your vegetables? Amma, I want chips. So constant battle. Constant battle. Dharma means it doesn't seem to come to us naturally. So this Dharma is unique to the human being. And so Purusharthas, there are 4 Purusharthas. Artha and Kama, natural to the human being. Security and pleasure. And Dharma is unique to the human being. Dharma is also a Purushartha. And one must seek it. One must strive to live in keeping with Dharma. And why should one do that? Well, even common sense tells us why we should live a dharmic life. Dharmic is an interesting word. Whether it is an English word or a Sanskrit word, we have a doubt. Dharma is a Sanskrit word, but dharmic is what? What kind of word is that? So we take some liberties. We know a little Sanskrit, we know a little English. So we combine the two and say dharmic life. And so we lived a life in keeping with Dharma, so that there is another Purushartha called moksha, which becomes even more important than anything else we know, and which is what the Shastram talks about in detail. So we will continue this discussion again in the next class. And today what we will do is, for the rest of the time, we will introduce each other and discuss any Q&A, any questions you have. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Jayakumar. My father's name is Srinivasan, and he was born, his parents lived in a small town called Ammangudi, which is about 15-20 kilometers from the temple town in Tamil Nadu called Kumbakonam. And I was born in that town of Kumbakonam. And very soon after that, my parents moved to Hyderabad. And so I grew up in Hyderabad. And after finishing high school, I went to college in Chennai. And I'm a chemical engineer by profession. Then I wanted to do some research. So I went to the US to do my master's and PhD at a university called Purdue University. And then I started working in the chemical industry. Then along the way, around 95, 96 time frame, somebody said, good friend said, you must go to this ashram and you must listen to Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji. At that time, I had no background. I was doing my daily anushtanam. I was chanting some shlokas, etc. But I didn't know much at all. And I didn't know I never been to an ashram. What happens in an ashram? What does a Swami talk about? What is the topic? Why should I go to an ashram? I'm leading a life that is fine. What is this new business? So like this, I had ideas, and finally some time came where I had nothing better to do. You look at this. Nothing better to do. So I ended up in an ashram. And then I started listening to Swamiji on a topic called Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So I didn't know what an Upanishad is, and leave alone Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And this was a 1-week camp. Then what happened? Everything that Swamiji was talking about made a lot of sense to me. I had somehow, by some past karma or something, I had some questions, I had my own doubts, and I used to have a lot of conflicts. This Dharma was always gnawing at me, and I want to do the right thing, but then I'm forced to do this or that, and always bothers me. So when I came here, it was like a breath of fresh air, and suddenly everything he said started making sense. And from then on, I started listening to Swamiji. It was 95, 96. And then, life took a different turn. I was still working in the same company. But I used to listen to Swamiji almost every day. So those days we used to have audio cassettes. These days all MP3 and everything is digital. But I used to buy boxes and boxes of audio cassettes of Swamiji's talks on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and any text which had the word Atma in it, I will buy. Atma Bodha. Oh yeah, something about Atma I should know. So I just bought it without knowing what I'm going to get out of this. And so that is how the journey was. And then, in the US, we had group studies and so forth. And I see Swapna and others who have been my classmates in Houston. And then, it was a good journey. And then in 2015, I came back to India to take care of my parents, almost 4 years ago now. And had the opportunity to stay in the ashram here. Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji has an ashram here in Coimbatore, in a remote area on the mountains. And there I spent 2 years staying there and attending this long-term Vedanta and Sanskrit course. And after that, Swamiji told me to start teaching. And so with his blessings, 2 years ago, we started Sanskrit classes and Vedanta classes and so forth. And so that's what brought me here to where I am. And so I live in Coimbatore and in the slightly northwest of downtown Coimbatore. And this place is, they say this Badavalli is a rural area. That's how, the town is called. And so I'm amazed now that the internet is available, because without internet, how can we even have an engagement like this? And thanks to all these guys, these Ambanis of the world and Reliance Jio and things like that. And I feel very blessed to be here and to be able to share what I know. And so in this course, I will try my best to say things in keeping with what Swamiji has taught us. And he is one of the greatest educators, greatest teachers of Vedanta that we have known. And so with his blessings, I will be following the Advaita tradition, and tradition backed by Adi Shankaracharya's Bhashyam. And so that's how this course will be. This course will take a while because, as you all know, Bhagavad Gita is not a short text. It has some 700 plus verses. And we will go verse by verse. And I will explain to you each verse. And along the way, I don't assume any background of Sanskrit. And even if you don't know a single word of Sanskrit, you will benefit from this course. And I will periodically bring in some Sanskrit, some insights. It won't be a Sanskrit class, but it will have some Sanskrit in it. And each class, generally a class like this, traditionally our classes, Vedanta classes, are all about an hour. In Houston, when we studied group study, we used to meet once a week and we used to spend 2 hours. And having spent 2 hours, we spent several years to complete the text. So this one, we need to be a little careful. And 1 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes probably is all the attention span we can have for an average person. And so it is not advisable to have a class longer than that. And so we will probably have a class of 1 hour 15 minutes. And then typically I conclude a class with a question and answer session. And because doubts will be there. And in our ashrams, typically every day in the evening, Swamiji will come, and that evening time, 1 hour is reserved for satsang, Q&A. And because the questions come from the students, and because such a question is not constrained by any boundary. In Vedanta, there are no boundaries. We don't take anything for granted. That is why this study is very important in our life. We don't take anything for granted. And because it's about ourself. Finally, it's a topic about ourself. Until now, everything I studied and everything I did was about doing certain things in order to keep myself whole, keep myself going, But Vedanta is not to keep myself going. It is to completely own up myself and understand what is what, and thereby make this life completely fulfilled. And so this satsang was an important thing for us, and we learn a lot from satsangs. So typically after every session like this, we'll have a Q&A for a few minutes, 15 minutes or so, 15-20 minutes. So it would be good if you mentally prepare yourself to be available for about an hour and a half every week. And we will try our best to keep moving forward. We don't need to be anxious about how long is it going to take to finish this text. It is important that we follow what is being said, and it's my responsibility to make sure I communicate things properly. Communication is an extremely important thing everywhere, and definitely when it comes to the Shastram, communication is critical. And so I will invoke our Swamiji's blessings to make sure the communication is good, and I will keep the communication channels open so that you can also give me feedback. Periodically, I do check for feedback. And so mentally you can be prepared for that. And so what we'll do now is, spend a few minutes where you can introduce yourself. Please tell us your background, your name, and then where you're from, etc. for a minute or so we can cover everybody here. And then you can ask questions after that as well. So Sri Vidya Sudhakaran, I'm going to go by the order in which you all appear on my screen, no particular order otherwise.
Hello sir, Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
நான் ஸ்ரீவித்யா சுதாகரன். இங்க மாயவரம் பக்கத்துல 7 கிலோமீட்டர்ஸ்ல குத்தாலம் பக்கத்துல ஒரு கிராமத்துல இருக்கேன். நான் ஒரு ஹவுஸ் வைஃப்.
ஸ்ரீவித்யா, உங்களுக்கு இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேச முடியுமா? There are many people who don't know Tamil in class. That is why.
Hi, I'm Srividya Sudhakaran. I'm a housewife, and I'm from a place called Arayapuram, which is 7 kilometers from Mayiladuthurai, that is Mayavaram, near Kuttalam. Thank you.
Very, very good. Very nice. Mayavarathlende vandhu romba sandosham. It takes me back home, back to Kumbakonam, and I was actually born in a place called near Kodavasal, 4 kilometers from Kodavasal, called Tirucherai Vidayal Karupur.
Yeah, I know.
Vidayal Karupur is my home, is my village.
My parents are from Nannilam.
Nannilam, okay, very good. Okay, Shiva. We're not able to hear you. So you seem to be unmuted, but we can't hear you. So check the audio a little bit. Meantime, Vijay Sundaram, go ahead and unmute yourself, Vijay ji.
Yeah, namaskaram. It's really pleasure to attend this session, and as you said, I'm also in this same way of looking for some kind of an opportunity to learn and understand the whole Hindu Dharma and Sanatana Dharma, all these things. And as for I hail from Chennai, but currently I'm in Australia. And if you ask me, native is Trichy. And I've been practicing and also involved in the various Hindu Dharma, this thing. I do daily pujas and all. And of late, I am very keen to learn the Sanskrit. So I enrolled with myself with the Madras Sanskrit College. But I also understand that you also teach Sanskrit, so I would be really happy to know that if I can spend time with you learning these things. And as for my background, I am a graduate from commerce graduate, and I work with many international and national NGOs. And I lived in Delhi for about 25 years, and then the tsunami brought me back to Chennai. So since then I am here in Chennai, but now my younger daughter is in Australia, so I come to visit them and spend time with her. And I'm sort of almost finished my 35 years of service with NGOs, but I do a little bit of consultancies here and there. So during my free time, I want to usefully spend learning Sanskrit and Vedas and other things. So I'll be really happy, looking forward to associate with you for a long time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Vijayji. And where in Australia are you now?
Melbourne.
Melbourne, okay. Very good. Nice to have you, and good experience with NGOs and so forth. And with a lot of service that you have done. So you can send me an email after class about Sanskrit classes, and then after that we can connect.
Sure. Thank you.
Vijay.
Hello, namaskaram.
Namaste.
Hi, my name is Vijay. Born in Valparai in Tamil Nadu, but immediately after that, my father was in government service, so got moved to Mumbai. So did most of my studies and all in Mumbai. Then worked in Dubai for about 18, 19 years, and then came back to Bangalore. So I'm settled in Bangalore right now in Bangalore, close to the Art of Living ashram. I do a lot of work with the ashram. That's my passion. And on the professional side, I'm an IT professional, but currently in a kind of a semi-retirement phase of life. I do some freelance work, but spend more time spreading knowledge that I have learned in the journey. I've been associated with Art of Living for about 19 years now. That's in general. I've heard Bhagavad Gita from a Swamiji, Swami Paramarthanandaji. That's what actually triggered the whole spiritual journey, so to say. The Art of Living was there, and Gurudev has been talking about Bhagavad Gita. So I would listen to all that. But the real quest to really know more about Vedanta and all started when I started listening to the audio of Swami Paramarthanandaji. And I'm happy to be here. I'm really looking forward to learning a lot from you, Jay Kumarji. Thank you.
Yeah, Vijayji, thanks for joining. And Swami Paramarthanandaji is my guru as well. And he's taught a lot of us, and some of us here in class also have learned from Paramarthanandaji. So definitely one of the greatest Vedanta teachers we have today. We are very blessed.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, Raghavan S.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
A very good morning to everybody here, and I want to thank Guruji for conducting the session. I'm really excited to continue this journey and learn as much as possible in my busy life. I'm typically a engineering graduate, and working in IT field. And I was born and brought up in Hyderabad. My native is Tanjavur. My grandfather, my parents, everybody is from Tanjavur. But now everybody has moved to Chennai, and my father got a job in Hyderabad. It was in central government service. So that's how I was born and brought up in Hyderabad. And now, since college, moved back to Chennai. So now I'm working in Chennai and in IT field. So when I came across this course, I was interested and want to learn more about it. So thanks for this opportunity.
Excellent. Thanks for joining, Raghavan. Subramaniam, Alage Singam. So go ahead and mute yourself, Raghavan. Yeah, go ahead. So, Subramaniam Alage Singam, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, go ahead. So we can see only your eyes, but if you can adjust your camera, that'll be fine. Maybe you can lower your camera or something. There you go. That is better. So we are not able to hear you. I think you got muted again. So.
Otherwise, I'll have to mute. Hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. No, it's a reverse actually. Okay. Basically, I am from Madurai, which is my native place. I live in Chennai and I am a chemical engineer by profession, having worked in the Gulf and Malaysia for almost about 30 years. In 2017, I'm almost semi-retired. I once in a while take up some freelance assignments, etc. Always there was a question me to know more about our Hinduism and Bhagavad Gita and all. So I was very much interested, and when I knew that the person who was going to teach itself is also a chemical engineer, I was very, very happy. That's why I enrolled myself. Looking forward to interacting with you and knowing more about Bhagavad Gita. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining, Subramaniam ji. Ramanatha Vishwanathan.
Sir, good morning. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Namaskaram to all of you. Actually, I am Vishwanathan from Tanjavur. And I was a retired banker. I used to attend Swamiji's classes since 1982. When Swamiji used to stay at Tanjavur. So I am continuously attending Swamiji's classes. So in 2014 also attended a 3 months course at the ashram. So with his blessings and all your blessings, I have to meet you, associate with you once again. Thank you. If anybody interested to visit Tanjavur, I welcome all of you. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ramanathan ji. Yeah, Swamiji, 2014, I think there was a 3-month camp. I don't know if the
Yes, I attended that class. Swamiji was taken the class.
Yeah, it must have been before the 3-year course started, I think.
Yes. Only 3 months I attended. Yes.
Yeah, very good. Sundari Venkatraman. Yeah, you have to unmute yourself. You have to go to your device and unmute your phone so we can hear you. We cannot hear you now. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. Go ahead.
I am Sundari, an educationalist working for Amrita institutions. I'm a visiting faculty for the Amrita University. I'm teaching cultural education for the first BTech students. I'm basically from Kumbakonam. And the first session of Bhagavad Gita, I heard from Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji. And the second and third sessions from Swami Pramananda Saraswati. So now I am with you to learn more. Looking forward to have an exciting and blissful journey ahead.
Very nice.
Very, very nice to be here.
So you are in Amrita in Coimbatore?
Yes, Coimbatore, Amrita.
Very nice, very nice. One of the faculty members, Vidya Balasubramaniam, is my student.
She is my daughter.
Oh, she is her daughter. Okay.
She only told me to take up this, and she was working with her Sanskrit classes,
Correct. Very good. Nice to have you, Sundari ji.
Yeah.
Sumitra.
Nice ji.
Very good.
Gurubhyo Namaha.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Namaskaram. My name is Sumitra. I was actually working for IT for the past 7 years, and then I quit my job, just got married. I'm a dancer by profession. I did my BTech in Information Technology, then MFA under Dr. Padma Subramaniam in Shastra University. I'm also a musician and Vainika. I've been learning Sanskrit for the 7-8 years right now. I'm under Swarup Mahodaya right now for Paniniya Vyakharana. So I'm very interested in learning, Indic studies, being a dancer naturally, so that I can incorporate those to my dance and music journey. So that is my purpose here. So I'm happy to join the group. Thank you.
Very good, very good. So you said, of course, Padmaji, you learned Bharatanatyam from Padma Subramaniam ji. And then you mentioned Panini, also you're learning?
Paniniya Vyakharanam, yeah.
Panini Vyakaranam, okay, good.
I'm quite fluent in Sanskritam, like I'm comfortable talking and understanding, but Vedanta studies, no, I'm not actually that used to it. So I thought this will be a good beginning for me.
Sure. How did you get interested in Panini?
I've been learning Sanskrit soon after I joined my job. When I was in my school and college, I never had an opportunity to learn. As I was in Trichy, there were no, much teachers teaching there. Now, luckily, yeah, I completed my Kovida and then continued.
Very good. So Kovida with Samskrita Bharati.
Yeah, I'm doing my MA in Sanskritam from RSVP right now. So.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Very nice. Nice to have you.
Thank you. Yeah.
So next here, Sanjay Mehta.
Yeah, Namaskaram Guruji and Namaskaram everyone. Hope you're able to hear my voice.
Yeah, now it's better.
Yeah. So I'm Sanjay Mehta. I'm basically from Kolkata, West Bengal. Currently, I'm in Gurgaon, working as a telecom engineer here. So I have keen interest in the Dharma and Indic studies, knowing about Vedanta, Sanskrit and all. So currently I've also enrolled for yoga classes as a teacher's training course in the Yoga Institute, Delhi. So I got to know about you and this course from Dr. Raj Vedam. He is based in Houston itself. So he's the director of some history research center there. So I'm here and I'm looking forward to learn more and more about our Indic studies, our scriptures, and Gita Saransh and everything. So that's why I'm here.
Very
Thank you.
nice. Very nice. Yeah, Raj Vedam is a good friend of mine, and Raj and I started that organization called Indian History Awareness and Research in Houston.
Yeah, yes, sir.
He's visiting India shortly. You may know.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice, Sanjay. Thanks for joining. Shanti Kumar.
Yeah, very good morning, sir. Very good morning, everyone. My name is Shanti Kumar. I'm from Nizamabad. It's a small town in Telangana. I'm working as a product manager. I'm currently based out of Hyderabad, basically. So I'm working as a product manager here. And I've done my MBA from IIM Calcutta, and it has been almost 10 or 12 years I've started my career.
Very good.
It has been an hectic, not really hectic, but kind of fast-paced life. And recently blessed with a baby boy just about 3-4 months back. And yeah, more from a personal perspective, I'm interested in farming and permaculture. So, which is a sustainable way of doing farming and living the life basically. So, I'm a part-time farmer. We have a small farm in our hometown. I go there during my weekends and I spend my time there. Probably down the line after a couple of years, or I don't know when when the time comes, I want to quit this fast-paced city-based life and then pursue farming as a full-time profession. Probably make it a commercially successful farm as well. So somewhere in all these dilemmas and all these confusions, I thought this is a good time to learn or probably understand Gita Saransh and how to balance things and probably live a slightly peaceful life. I feel really lucky and privileged to to get to know about this course, and I thank you, Guruji, for for this course.
Good. Welcome to the course. And with the IT background and with the IIM background from Calcutta, I can imagine how hectic your life can be. Good qualifications comes with some additional responsibilities, doesn't it? And so good. But yesterday, so somebody was there. He mentioned he's from Microsoft, and what they do is they in Hyderabad, Microsoft, and
right, correct.
Every day, a group of them join around lunchtime for half an hour to chant one Bhagavad Gita verse and then discuss the meaning of the verse. So I was very impressed. I said, "Wow,
great.
we were able to carve out that time during the day, working in a big IT firm." So it is very interesting to know. Welcome, Shanti.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Vinod Kumar.
Namaste. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. My name is Vinod Kumar. Basically, working as a science teacher in a government school in Tamil Nadu. I'm in Chennai. I was introduced to Sanskritam through Sanskrit Bharati, and I have finished my post Vedanta course in Chinmaya Mission. Interested in our Hindu scriptures, so just want to join you all, the right people, for learning more.
Very nice, very nice. So you said you finished the course. What course was it again at Chinmaya Mission?
Postal Vedanta.
Okay. Good. So I think so. Some of the things we'll talk about here will be probably basic to you, and so you have to. So you have to decide. If you have not taken the Bhagavad Gita course, perhaps it will be beneficial to you. But welcome to this course.
Right. Thank you.
N. Subramanian.
Namaskaram. I was born in a remote village in the Westwell, Tiruchi district. Then moved to Chennai in '84. And I was in Delhi for about 25 years, working as a manager, finance and accounts in a central PSU. Then after retirement, I came back to Chennai. I have been attending to Swamiji Paramarthananda and Swami Guruparananda, even though I have listened to Swami Dayananda also for some time. I came to know about you and this course through Dr. Rajvedam, and I am really delighted to be here. And I want to learn more and more from you.
Very nice to hear from you. And Swami Guruparananda also teaches so well and in Tamil, and so especially those of us who like to hear in our mother tongue. He's a wonderful teacher. And so you're now situated in Chennai, or
I am situated at Chennai now.
Chennai, okay, very good. Welcome, Subramaniam ji. Again, those who want to leave, they are welcome to leave, and we are only introducing ourselves. I'll probably finish in about 10 minutes or so. And what we should probably do now is there are many more people to introduce themselves. What we'll do is pause the introduction, and we will open up for any questions you may have, so we can talk about logistics and things like that. So go ahead and unmute yourself if you have a question. There are other people, Venkateshan, Swapna and Sunita and others who are my past students also. So I know them. So I said, let's we can have the introduction in the next class also. So
okay, sir.
Is there any questions?
Nothing. It is 6:45 a.m. No, IST every Monday.
No. The class will not be at 6:45. Class will be at 6:30 in the morning. And
okay.
so that's when we used to have a class. and many people have told me earlier in India is better.
Yeah.
And, it may be a little difficult for those in the California time zone, because 6:30 there might be 6 o'clock. I mean, here is 6 o'clock there in the evening. But I got some feedback from one person there that they can attend the class. So for now, keep in mind it's 6:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Every Monday, not Tuesday, every Monday. Okay.
Very much. Okay.
So I'll send you an email with the actual timings. So this will be every Monday. And the reason it's Monday is, so for now, I split the number of registrants into two. So I had one orientation session yesterday, and I'm having another one today. And so
I'll take leave.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you.
So Monday, keep that in mind, and then I will send information about the Zoom invite and things like that. You don't need to. You can discard today's invitation, and then you will get a separate invite.
So it will be, it will be every Sunday, yes?
So correct. Monday morning, Indian Standard Time, 6:30 a.m.
Okay.
So Monday morning, 6:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. So that's the time. And what is the time in Australia at that time?
At that time, it's 12:15.
12:15
noon.
In the noon. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yes.
So I hope it's not a problem for you, no?
No. My other question is that, sometime like if I go out, I might miss out the session. So how would I able to, get your, learning?
So typically, the classes are conducted. We typically record these sessions, like I'm recording this session now, and then it's made available on YouTube. And so then those who miss the classes have the benefit of looking at it. So that's how I conduct my Sanskrit classes also.
Very good.
Where so nobody really misses a class, and so there should be no problem with that, Vijayji.
Okay, good. Okay, so it will be daily classes, yeah? Am I right? No. Sorry.
So for now it's not daily. It's actually just one class a week.
Okay.
So that's how we're going to start, and then let us gain some momentum, and let's see how we can modify that schedule somewhat. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Varsha.
Yeah, namaskaram. I would request, is it possible, do you have another batch or anything planned? Because 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. is when I get my kids ready for school. So getting out at that time is almost impossible for me. So I might have to just watch it on YouTube, but I would like the benefit of an interactive session because I'm presently self-studying Bhagavad Gita a little bit, and I wanted some kind of interactive doubt clearance and stuff. So do you plan another batch?
So right now I'm not planning. My mother suffered a stroke 3 months ago, and so she lost the function of her left hand and left leg. And so what that has done is that has completely changed our lives, so to speak. Like when you have a baby, also it changes your life, right? So this changes life in a different way. And so right now I'm not planning on any additional sessions. This is the only session. So interaction, one thing you can do is you can consider joining the satsanga, where the Q&A, when the class is over around 7:45 or so, and then we'll open up for Q&A. So I don't know if you can join at that time. So if you have any questions, etc., you can ask, etc. That is a possibility. So you think about it and see, and then later on, let's see how we can modify that.
Can you prepone it further? Even keeping it in the morning at 5:30 or 6 o'clock is okay for me, because at least by 7 I'd be done.
Okay. So definitely something to think about, and let the classes start, and then what happens is if I prepone it too much, advance it too much, half the students are from India and half are from abroad. Okay. So abroad it is something like right now it's 8 o'clock, so it's 8:30, 9:30 in the evening right now. So starting too early will make it a bit awkward for them also. So let's take up that question in a few weeks from now, and then see how we can modify it. Okay.
Okay, and how soon would you upload it on YouTube, the recordings that you make for every session? How do we track it?
Yeah, I'll send you a link and to our channel, and then you can follow that.
Follow the channel. Okay.
I think they say if you subscribe to the channel, automatically you get an email whenever some new videos uploaded. So
okay,
you can
Right,
do it
right.
there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So another thing I want
Sir,
to
do we have to have a book of Bhagavad Gita with us when we are following you?
So it's always good to have a book of verses at the minimum. If you're familiar with Devanagari, a book which has the verses in Devanagari will be good. Otherwise, if you're familiar, tongue is good. So what I will do is, if you have that book, you keep it like a Gita Press book. You can keep it with you, because we will use that when we chant the verses. What I'll also do is, I will also send you a couple of recommendations for. There is a book written by Swamiji, which has only the verses and its word by word meaning and its translation. So verse by verse, there is a nice little book that some of you may already have. So you can buy that book also. And so until then, I'll send that link shortly, one of these days. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. I'll leave now.
Any other questions? So one question is, so this word Swami is reserved in our culture for sannyasis, those who are given a diksha, sannyasa diksha, and so they are typically, of course, called Swami, Swamiji, we say, and some others may also be preferred to be called Swamiji, but I should not be called by that. In our tradition, we don't use that word. So some of you are calling me Swamiji and all that. I appreciate the respect you have, but don't call me Swamiji. You are welcome to just call me Jayakumarji. That is perfectly fine. And if you feel that I am much older than you, you are welcome to call me Guruji. That is also fine. But so I just wanted to mention that, so that there may be some doubt as to how to call the person, etc. Right? How to address the person. So with that, then let us conclude this session with a prayer. And if you have any, one of the things that will happen is, shortly we will, once the attendance and all get settled down, we will create a news group and WhatsApp group, and so that we can be in better communication. So until then, do check your emails and make sure it's not going into spam folder. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. That's it.
Thank you, Jay. Leave it.
Thank you. Thank you.